Have you gone to that chance to look at that? Is it that's on YouTube, right?
I've tried to, I can't find it.
What?
The videos of our sessions.
I'm wondering if anybody watches. Can
They're
you
all
see
on.
how many views there are?
I don't know if you can see how many views there are, but they're all on.
Early on, it was on, and then I lost, then the link I think disappeared from the DESI website. So then it became a real struggle to try to track it. Because early on there was a link on the DESI website.
It's under video notes. I'll pull it over. So if you go to social studies, here's notes, and then here's videos.
Pick one and see if anybody looks at it. $15 views, look at that.
Pretty impressive, isn't it?
I'd like to know how many people sit and watch the whole thing.
I bet that
2 minutes
views-
is that.
Who are those 15 people?
I bet the views trail off as time goes by. That was March.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's turned up, but we can't hear it.
Well, that's main speakers.
It's turned up.
Yeah,
That's
but I
good
think
news for
it's
me
going
that you
to
can't
here.
hear.
I think it's going to here, maybe, so we can't hear.
No Patrick in it.
Would we not have Patrick on that one?
It may still
I
been
think that's
early.
the day. Did you have some?
There was one day I had to leave.
Well, it's probably, this is probably when we're supposed to start, so Patrick's on.
Yeah, he's not there yet.
And then there was, but there was one day where I left, I don't remember which one it was. What I'm really hoping is that someone's going to watch the video of us, watching the video of us.
Well, I'm going to
That's what I think will be kind of a,
Yeah, you're still not there.
yeah.
Must be the day. Keep good and make it a
So 15 views. What about that?
It beat science, look, science 6 through 12 has only got 6 views over there.
Yes, because they suck. We want to 7 here.
The morning session the day before only has 8 views.
Yeah, this one's 7.
Yeah, see, there's the morning session, social study K-5, 326 up there in the top right corner.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna start viewing them now just so we can bump up our numbers. Have my class, all my classes view
Make
it,
it an assignment.
make it an assignment so we can bump up our numbers.
Look how nice we all look. Harrington's high.
We're all.
Here. Yeah, we're all 7. Is this Patrick?
I guess that's my computer. There's a lot
Look
of coffee
at the
and
5
water
cups of
bottles.
coffee there.
A lot of coffee and water bottles and a protein bar right there. That's probably me.
That's funny. So, well, there we go. But you can find those online under the work groups.
I put number 15 people are other people. You know what I'm going to do today?
For 3 hours.
That'll work.
Wow.
Here's this is the second grade one.
That's what we talked about.
That means hard enough to live it. It's just to watch it.
For yourself. I enjoy our meetings together.
I do too. Sometimes.
I wouldn't want to watch it on video.
All right, so right now we have one category with 3 standards sitting in it. What are we going to do with this?
Just a box.
Well, thinking about the conversation, here's an example.
Oh, this one.
Second grade, explain how local governments balance individual rights with the common good to solve local community problems.
That's pretty cool.
I love that.
That's pretty cool.
Better than this.
Well, I think it balances the perspectives
He
that
said
we were
it.
discussing.
Say it again.
Hang on, let's
Explain
type
how
it.
local governments balance individual rights with the common good to solve local community issues or problems.
I say it one more time. Explain how local governments
balance individual rights with the common good. To solve local community problems.
Would that be a grade 2 or grade 1 for us?
I don't know, that it should be, it would be,
What's community? Could it be a grade 2? Because it's talking about your local, I mean.
Well, we've got one in grade 2 right now.
Right. But do we need this process leading up to that?
Right. Well, and again, this is the principles and purposes of government. So do we want to just restrict this to government? As we did on the previous one, in this resolution. This is supposed to be about government.
it's like, people do not have the right to do whatever they want. They do have rights.
What?
No, it just says explain why people do not have the right to do whatever they want.
Who are you looking at?
Who am I looking at? Michigan.
I was looking at some of that yesterday. Trying to make my eyebrow go up on field.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what? Yeah. Then I changed pretty quickly to different stuff.
Yeah, I guess I would be inclined to empty out K and 1, and just since this is about the purposes of government, to really start with where we start talking about government. Unless we want to do something about some basic principles, which I think we do above in the principles of the Republic.
Do we have anywhere in there where individual rights are protected?
In principles of the Republic.
Right.
Isn't that the purpose of the government, is to protect individual rights?
Should it go here? Wrong thing.
Oh, it's in grade 2.
Down here it's in grade 2.
No, right there it is. Where you were.
Okay.
Right there. Protect individual liberty. In grade 2.
But would these two fit there?
No.
Because this we would talk about maybe in our classroom.
Well, this is the Bill of Rights, is what we're looking at.
Right.
So that would make sense there. I'm not sure what the decision making
I think this one doesn't fit.
Right.
I think that one fits. So.
It's a nice scaffold.
Okay, so someone explain to me the name of that concept and why there's only 3 things in it. There's nothing through grade 8.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what.
Well, I think the principles part, I don't know. They're trying to bring those two together, right?
I don't know.
But it is awfully weak the way it's built. There used to be one in grade 3 that was amplified. resolution disputes by courts or other legitimate authority such as parents, that used to be up there.
Okay, so we took that one
We
down
moved that down.
and created our own dispute resolution. Okay.
So are you asking, do we need this?
Well, I'm just asking, what else do we need in there? And is this a principle and a purpose?
Right.
So what are the principles and purposes of government? I don't think we've answered that.
I don't think we could agree.
I would say the same thing.
Excuse me?
I think this is a huge question. I think this is actually a question that drives most of everything we've been discussing for the last few days.
I feel like we've done a decent job with the principles part in the previous section.
Okay.
I'm not sure we've dealt with the purposes part as much.
So is the purpose where we have our issues? So we can X-nay this one, right?
What if we,
The democratic
Here's
decision
something
making.
not, oh, go ahead, Patrick. Sure.
Yeah.
do we have to define it? Or do we not? So what if we just leave a lot of it blank, say for K through 2?
This, like these examples, I don't think that, these are from the second grade. Explain why people form governments, which speaks to purpose. Distinguish between government action and private action. That's what they have for third. Give an example of how, this is Michigan. Give an example of how Michigan state government fulfills the purposes of government. And then they have in parentheses, for example, protecting individual rights, promoting the common good, ensuring equal treatment under the law. Identify questions political scientists ask in examining the United States. What does government do?
I kind of like that because I think some of those are doing, but what I heard Patrick Hayden words is that instead of defining what the purpose is, but having the students explore or examine the purpose of government. Why do we have government?
And we went into why do we, if it's in fourth grade, for example, you would examine the rationale for people who read in the country. So let's look at some primary, maybe using sources or using historical documents, identify the rationale for why the colonists wanted to form their own government, and why did they want to do those? I mean, it's the same question. So what if we just put that back? And then that is what, and we say, sure, I would like for kids to have this and be able to think about starting to have that discussion of what is what isn't. And that makes, I do think, like Craig's talking about folders, that's part of it. So there's just this disagreement on what role and how much of the role government plays. So somewhere, Thomas Jefferson, I'm sure, gave an opinion on why he thinks there needs to be a government.
That would usually be a good place to put the preamble in. We never did. Why a government was formed.
Why?
explain why our government was
Yeah.
formed, or ours, since it's,
Explain
no?
I think that's a little bit different question.
Mhm.
Now you're asking a historical question versus what is the purpose of government?
Could it just be?
How about explain the
Yes.
purpose of government using historical documents?
Or other things that we use past the time periods, historical time periods. So we're using parallel language instead of telling them the skills and methods.
We said it multiple ways here.
We have been looking at the purposes of the Declaration of Independence and some of those things too. Right? I mean, so in there, as Thomas Jefferson says, unalienable rights like liberty, pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. Direct just power of the government.
To current times?
Why wouldn't I limit it to historical texts?
Historical events? Historical periods?
I would go for periods.
I hope they understand that means text.
No, it can include more than necessary.
Right. And I don't want to go to text.
And that's why we have skill set.
Right.
The different resources they should be using. And would this be across historical periods?
Across historical periods?
Could it be historical periods, comma, including the present?
Could be.
Includes, I don't know. Across historical time, or historical periods to current times.
I think we put time in here last time.
Yeah.
Some teachers will really struggle figuring out what's the difference between government back in historical time periods and now. Is there a difference? That's the question.
Is the purpose of government?
Is the purpose of government different?
That's our debate for the last 2 years.
And I think who you ask would really,
It's what the founding fathers said, but they didn't keep it.
Would they say the purpose has changed, or would they just say that
The federalists and the anti-federalists would.
The way it's interpreted is changed.
or that how government is utilized? But I'm not sure anybody would say the actual purpose itself has changed. There's a difference, the reach or the expanse of it, arguing all those things are different than saying the purpose, the reason for having it. I mean,
Well, I think
because I think even in the Declaration, part of what Thomas Jefferson is saying is that it's not that we don't believe that we don't believe that your form of government is best, but we know that you believe, not that there doesn't need to be a government, we just don't agree with your government, and because we have these freedoms, we can throw you off and pursue the court. Because everybody has these rights. So your system, the way to get these rights is given to you through the monarchy. We don't agree with that, so therefore we're going to create our own system that gives us a chance to do these. I'm not sure that it's in the purpose of government itself has changed.
There's a purpose, I think a lot of people, let's take a new deal. The purpose of government, I think, did change from pre-New Deal to New Deal in terms of ensuring more equality.
Right.
That didn't change the purpose.
Well, some people would say it does.
Yeah, that's the purpose of the government.
I don't think it changes the purpose. It changes the process. It changes its reach. You have two different ways of how to best reach the ultimate purpose. You've now used more of government to reach the purpose. Some people, the purpose, everybody's intent is still the same.
No, I don't think so. I think the purpose of government changed to equity.
Right.
And I would disagree. And the reason why I'm not saying the purpose changed to equity, but by providing more equitable conditions, you're going to have more people who are now.
I think in fact, that
that
was the purpose.
No, the purpose would still be to give more people the chance for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Let's say that's still the case. And in the current system, there were a large number of people because of unequitable conditions, because of not having Social Security, because of not having certain conditions, they were not able to pursue those things. Other things got in the way. So if we create a system that is there that gives more chances for more people to be able to pursue it, that's the rationale. Some people are saying government can help do these things. Other people would say no, government just gets in the way and prevents these things from happening.
You got people say to let the market do its own thing. If you want to pull up by your bootstraps and begin pulling,
And other people would say that's all fine and dandy.
I'm going to give you everything you need.
And some people will say but in order to be able to do that, your bootstraps may not need to be as long as somebody else's. If you can help this person pull themselves up in the bootstraps, why are they pulling themselves up? It also benefits all of us. And those are two different, and I'm not taking either side of it. I'm saying those are two different points, but the purpose of it is still the same. The purpose of it goes all the way back to ensuring, that idea of life, how you get the best chances for the most people to be able to have life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness are what we've been discussing. I think we both have the same goal in mind. So I'm not sure the purpose in and of itself is government, the reasons why people form, like the other day was the social contract, why people do that, I don't think it's ever changed. In the history of time, I'm not sure it's ever actually changed.
I hear what you're saying. I think that it's a definitional, kind of a level of argument kind of position. If we wanted to be completely most basic understanding of the term purpose, then I would agree with you. If purpose means something more than the most basic definition, then I think there would be a lot of people who would argue differently.
I think there's
If we want to do what some would call extreme reductionism to the most basic definition of the term purpose, then you would be right. All governments, in fact, have that.
I think that is a reality. When we talk about government, as we start with, everything else is a form.
If you go to a founding father,
I'm looking at it.
then we changed from just giving the opportunity to creating the circumstance for every person.
That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, is what it said. So the form of government they were existing under was becoming destructive to the ends of pursuing life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. It was still a form of government that understood, but he felt it was not allowing people to reach that goal. So therefore, we were throwing that form off in exchange for another form.
So,
But the role itself, the purpose of why people look to form governments did not change. The form of government changed, or looked to change, or created something different.
Does what I say make any sense in the fact that we're arguing over two different definitions of the term purpose, is what I'm trying to say. Is that you're saying purpose in its basic, and I would agree with you, the purpose of all government is basically the same, offset, right? But then there's also the purpose within the context of the evolution of government within the United States.
And I think
it's been
and I think you've now gone from what the purpose of a government is to the form and role government plays. I don't think you've changed the purpose. I think you changed the form and the role.
And I think people would disagree too.
Whether that's who disagree. And I think that's
the definition.
And I think honestly that's why I don't think I think that is why you end up with certain, because people are always assuming that it's not about trying to create what's a good condition for people. When we look at government officials as though they're there to get more for themselves or to hurt people, as opposed to that they're actually there trying to do something they believe is actually good for people, it becomes a whole different argument. And I'm not, and so regardless of what I agree with it,
the philosophical basis though, is the government here to create circumstances so everybody is better?
my agreement, my opinion is yes, that's why everybody forms a government. I mean, anywhere. I may not agree that the way they're doing it is the most successful way. We may have agreements on how they're doing this is the best form, but my agreement all the way back, and I would say all the way back to if you and I move into a place that's never there, and we agree we're going to form some sort of just all of these things that we're talking about. If we go through and we create all of this, the reason why we're doing this is because we believe it's going to benefit everybody. I believe we've done that for as long as there are people. I don't believe the purpose of it has ever actually changed. I think the actual role, the functioning of it, what it does, did government expand under the New Deal? Did people start to look at it for different things? Yes. But that doesn't actually change why you have the government.
Right. And so again, I think we're talking about two different levels of definition of the term purpose.
So does grade 5 need to look at, examine the role of government and how it's changed?
I think it's two different things. I think somewhere in it we've never actually asked kids why do people form governments? That's to me this question. When you say the purpose of government, it's not about how we in America use our government or what government has done or what are some different things governments can do. It's why do people form governments? So anywhere. So it can be ancient Greece. Why do the people in ancient Greece form a government? Why do people anywhere form a government? Whether or not that's a conversation that kids can have, I don't know. But I think that is you talk about the purpose of government is to give people, that's the rationale behind it.
You could probably say how has the purpose and role of government been debated across historical time periods and current times. Because that's what happens is it's the debate occurs versus I think if we do anything that implies that the purpose has changed, it will be points of contention.
I would fall just as is. I'm not playing devil's. My opinion is that government's purpose has not ever actually changed. It's never changed. The role, the form, what you do with it, that has changed, and it will continue to always change, and it changes in societies. But why people actually form governments, I still feel is the exact same.
So it would be interesting to look at people's dependency on government, how it's changed over the time periods. did you say? What was the phrasing you said?
Shared role.
Explain how
The role of government has been debated.
explain.
Is this a governmental role? Is this about protecting an individual's rights? Is this about the common good? Is this about the general welfare? Is this,
I think that allows for everyone's view to say it that way. I think that allows for those people who believe that government's role changed and should have changed, and those who believe that it's gotten too big. It gives all of us plenty of room to discuss. Ms. Craig? No, that's all right. I told them we were avoiding this. Hey, I have questions. I'm going to put you on speaker for a second. All right, we have questions with the form that Tamika gave us.
Okay.
It's
where do you put lodging? Well, like, the form that we have has 4 days, and the dates attached to them that we've actually worked would be day 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And so on day 2, it has a breakfast, lunch, dinner. On day 3, it just has breakfast and lunch. And-
Okay, that's totally my fault. Feel
Okay.
free to add. It's a particular thought all week last week, and I never created one of those forms.
Oh, okay.
So I have to start from scratch, and I have no doubt that that's something I could understand, and feel free to add boxes as you need to.
Okay, so would your preference be that our lodging, like if we stayed last night, that lodging line would be on day 3, and we wouldn't have lodging for day 4?
I would say whatever you do, make it consistent, so don't use 2 different boxes to represent one day.
Okay.
But just add, you can write all over that little form.
Okay.
That work copy. So if you have to say, Melina sits up and forgot a dinner blank or parking blank,
Okay.
I don't remember doing it at all.
Okay. All right.
Is that the only mistake I made? So I'm feeling pretty proud.
Hey, I think you've done really well. I think we were just wanting to know what to do with that, what with those boxes.
Yeah, just feel free to add a box or add a note in an asterisk, bottom, anything like that. We can get it put into the final form.
I think we still need.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sure, that was it.
That's it.
Excellent. Okay, well, good. Well, good luck. Get that speech, and I'll see you all next time you're here.
Okay, thanks. We're probably here till 1:30 or 2.
Okay, well, I'll see you evening.
Okay, thanks.
All right, take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So do we have role of government anywhere else in this document? I thought we did.
Well, I don't know.
What's the header for the 3 branches line? That's where we talk about roles and responsibilities, and I don't remember what the header is. Functions.
Functions.
Okay. But we use the term role in there, I think.
Down here.
I think we do
Yeah,
functions.
functions.
No.
Describe
Well,
roles
roles on
of
page
people.
Okay.
Of people.
Okay. And I think we still need to leave purpose in this strand. Right now you're taking it completely out.
No, I would leave
Up here.
Yeah.
I would leave
How
the
the
way
purpose and role.
I think you could add in. I don't know if we need that. Again, I would go back and say we don't need to define it, but I don't know why they couldn't read. How did Thomas Jefferson define the purpose of government? How did historical figures? How did our founding? I don't even use how did some of our founding fathers? I don't know. That's so loose that term. So I don't know who all you include in that. There's 50 people that
So like
signed
that
that.
one that goes back to the preamble. analyze the preamble.
Right.
The preamble to determine
And you
principles
put-
and purposes of government.
And there's even just this paragraph in the Declaration of Independence where it briefly talks about throwing off this government, and then it says the right of the people to alter and abolish it and institute new government, laying its foundations on principles and organizing its powers in such form as themselves seem the most likely to affect their safety and happiness. That's, he's saying, the reason why people would form these new governments is the ones going to be most likely to give them safety and happiness. And that's where he's laying out. This is why, for me, this is the purpose of government, is to instill that everybody has these rights. These are the rights that we have. So how do we as men, these are the rights that we were given in life, liberty. How do we as men create a form of government that helps to ensure this?
Okay. Kathy?
And we can take too much and throw them out and make them go. That's what it says.
Okay, Kathy. Now, maybe it doesn't fit, or maybe it fits
It
over
doesn't fit with the men.
How many, what, that one you said,
The
what,
preamble,
preamble?
would it be though, because this would be the time frame in terms of their history?
But should it go underneath principles of the republic, or should it go underneath this one?
But you're specifically doing it to
Look at the
determine,
governmental system.
to analyze purposes. I don't know.
So read to me what you have. Let me just type it in.
Well, I didn't have, I haven't written it in anymore. What is it? Analyze the preamble to the Constitution. Which one now? It really could be principles and purposes.
And it could be, I don't know, even just historical documents now. I mean, and
Right.
Mhm.
And it
Yeah,
may-
yeah.
Because you guys,
because, and I know great for maybe, I don't know, I wish we had some way, I wish we even had some way to give kids access to the thoughts of people who are not necessarily just American.
Mhm.
Like, can you summarize John Locke? Can you summarize Soccer? I mean, there's probably people that you could somehow give them, because these are, John Locke's right here, it's when men are naturally free and equal as part of the justification for understanding legitimate political government as a result of a social contract for people in the state of nature, conditionally transfer some of their rights to the government in order to better ensure the stable, comfortable enjoyment of their lives, liberty, and property. That governments exist by the consent of the people in order to protect the rights of the people and promote the public. Governments that fail to do so can be resisted and replaced with new governments. That is, yes.
yeah.
Thomas Jefferson just wrote that. This is old. He was dead at the time Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration. So do you, I mean, I don't know if you can, I just think you could include, I don't know how to put it in there, but I think if you're talking about the purpose of government, this is not something that's simply an American philosophy. Even the American experiment wasn't just built on the ideas of just Americans. I know that comes in later. They do mention Locke, Rousseau, and some of those later, but so that we may not need to. We may just be starting that as an overall conversation.
Building a foundation for them to understand a little.
I would be more in favor of the language that's used in grade 5 being just cut and pasted in the grade 4.
So,
Just cut and paste grade 5 into grade 4.
so take this and have it in both places,
Because we're covering 2 different time periods in those grades.
right?
And that means, if you're a 4th grade teacher and you're teaching the revolution, if you're teaching the documents of the revolution, if you could draw on this and bring up the Federalist, anti-Federalist arguments, et cetera. Then in grade 5, you can talk about the Mobile and Civil War, which talks about, the role of government. But I think it goes back to principles and purposes of government, it becomes now purposes and roles of government. Purpose and role of government.
We dealt with the principles above.
Right.
Do we want to do purposes and functions of government since after, because we talk about roles for K1 when we're talking about families and stuff, but we switch the language, I think, below the functions when we start talking about government. I may be wrong, but.
Down below it's all functions.
Yeah.
So this would be role.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
And I think that role captures the other meaning that people often use for purpose of government, like Patrick's. I mean, I agree completely with Patrick that government is primarily, as far as I can think of anything I've ever read, been established for some reason, like what Hobbes said before him, Aristotle, etc. Right? So it's really when people use the purpose of government in a changing role, in a changing meaning, what they're really talking about is the role and how that main purpose is fulfilled in different times.
Well, I'm glad that it's right beside peaceful resolution, because you may have some good arguments in class.
And if we're talking about government, and again, we follow what we were doing below, which is we really start at grade 3 with this.
Well, have we really, when we talk about state government, is this an issue of mainly federal government?
Could be state.
Has the role of state government changed in Missouri?
Good question. I normally don't consider it.
What's the term for a government? Then became state. Is this a place to explore the in-state, out-state divide and politics of the state? You guys, is that term you guys familiar with? So this is something I was outside thinking about. But I was a lot of times in the St. Louis area, they'll talk about out-state. That means
we talk about it a lot. Right. We talk about it in Southwest Missouri.
Okay. So that's
Still like-
rural versus urban.
Okay. Right.
Basically.
And if you're in an out-state part, you feel like the cities have way too much power because that's not general filling of the whole state. It's just general filling of three.
And here in the city, it's the other way around.
It's,
Because the legislature is pretty much controlled by rural Missouri.
Yeah. It is definitely something we talk about.
So, I mean, it could be a space to explore that.
Sure, because often the out-state people, especially in education, feel like they're being punished for things that are going on in the two big populations. And so then everybody gets punished based off of what happens in two cities.
Everybody's sitting on the wall.
In education.
Right, everyone's sitting on the wall
Yeah.
in recess.
Yeah.
We're all punished for two places.
That's in education, but in other matters, people in the cities feel like they're being punished by or being held to the standards of the rural Missouri. So an example would be what is it? It was a citizens, or is it proposition passed about
Chickens.
about animals, about raising how many,
The
the puppy farm, the puppy mill. That then the legislature just basically rewrote so that it took all of that, the restrictions that were placed in to satisfy farmers. For life-saving concerns about
that one.
Yeah, Tony LaRussa spearheaded the effort to try to cut down on puppy mills.
It started out, I think, more like that, and it ended up the way it was worded. It could have
Affected farming,
Affected
affected
cattle and pigs and everything else, and that,
I'm not sure it could have, but it was certainly
Yeah.
pushed that it could have. And so then the legislature changed it
Activist
so that
authority.
so it removed the ability for basically checking for health and safety of animals. Which is why Missouri is the puppy mill capital of the United States. It's the truth.
That official symbol.
We can probably make complaints.
It's the truth.
Yeah, I never even hear about that.
You see them, I see them occasionally email me, I see the sign as they drive home from here.
For what kind of signs?
Big puppy sale, puppy for sale, there's always puppy for sale, it's a great big sign from outside farms, so as I drive down.
It's a huge.
Or I'm with you, that's the only time I really
There's the
understand
United
it.
States.
I've been to one, I just didn't know I was going to one when I was one.
Really?
So I think it would be interesting to put
We
in.
had a chocolate lab, and once we got there, I felt so bad for her, I couldn't beat her. Some of the sweetest dogs we've ever had, but there were dogs. It's
well,
probably acre
and
dogs.
stuff like that is what the problem is.
Mhm. Absolutely.
I mean, there are breeders that, like my in-laws, they bred, I think they had cockers and they had those Yorkies, and they did a fine job taking care of them. I mean, did it right, and then you get people that,
Or doing it for profit.
If they're doing more than one or two breeds, it should be a red flag that there's something.
My uncle and another guy I know, my uncle was three Britneys, and another guy I know actually bred 14 piece water dogs. And he said basically, you're lucky if you break even if you do it right.
Puppies are like
Because
babies, they're not cheap.
It's expensive.
well,
To do all the vaccinations, to do all of it.
the British Bulldog, they can't have babies
Right.
naturally.
That's right. That's the same.
Every
That's the same every
I mean,
time.
that's, and they have like 3 puppies or 4.
Mhm.
So, yeah, you know, like, and they can have
What are we deciding on? Are we done?
So 4 and 5, I think. Did we go okay about 4 and 5? Grade 4 and 5.
Yeah. So grade 3, the question is,
Do we do it at the state level?
do we include something about in-state outfit? I think it would make for some fascinating conversations. For 3rd graders, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Well, and
know.
it's
That's the problem.
It's true. They
Because,
wouldn't-
I mean, it is often
They only know
in
what they
conversations in our area
Well,
that you feel held hostage by the city.
But isn't it the same thing with the yellow 2nd grade looks like now when you're looking at state issues, how you're balancing individual rights with the common good of the state? Or regions of the state, or groups within the state.
So, explain how the state government balances urban and rural needs. I mean, I think it's going to be hard for 3rd graders to talk about.
I do too. Why are you shaking your head like that?
I would not put it in at all.
Yeah.
I I would leave it at just fourth and fifth grade.
Would you take out second?
I would.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that about, do we?
Always do.
Yeah.
I see about taking out second, but I'm still playing with the idea of third, so I'd love to have a discussion about state government and not have everything federal.
And to me, this is not about federal, state, or this is about government. This is a more philosophical, higher level question than just different levels of government. Our government, this is about government and governing systems. And this is not about any one system. It's,
You need a higher order thinking to be able to do.
I think this is where kids start to craft their own definition of what a government is. And then
If you take out second grade, then you lose this term completely in the whole document.
But why the discussion about maybe 30 minutes ago was about where did we talk about protecting individual rights?
Right.
Wasn't it?
Isn't it up above? Did we find that up above?
We included a couple of things, I think, up above.
I would say if we
Pretty sure
included
it's
this up
above.
above, then we can take it off.
Right there.
Here is where we talk
There, and it's in grade 2 as well.
And it's implied in form. Okay.
I would feel strongly that I want kids to understand that we are an American system. That's part of what makes it special, unique, and powerful. Is that it is one form of government, but that government itself can be multiple things. We are just a form of something else. I'm not sure we do that. And we talk about the government without giving them a chance to actually define what a government actually is. The government. Whereas this is government with a lowercase g.
I feel like that.
I do too. I mean, I think of even, like pet limitations, If there's a
You
huge,
wanna keep
this
that
one,
one? Can you
there's
move
a
it to
huge
grade
thing
3 and make it local
because
and state?
urban
Issues.
chicken raising has become a huge deal in Independence. And it's quite a debate about, and they just made a new ordinance about limitations on how many chickens.
How about move it to grade 3 and make it local and state issues?
How
Well,
many chickens can you have?
I don't know, I didn't, I think it's like age.
And it's explaining how government balances or works to.
Well, it's even like
It just seems
pet ordinances.
backwards to me if you're going to talk about what government does without first defining what government is, but I can understand that some of what I'm talking about, I'm not sure that they would be. I'm okay with it either way.
like that.
State practice for issues instead of problems.
Issues.
Sometimes it's issues, sometimes it's not a problem.
Well, I mean, it's a great, so I lived in a community that the HOA, they weren't allowed to have chickens. But the city has an ordinance that you're allowed to have chickens. And so I requested the HOA that we follow the city, and they wouldn't do it. So I moved. That's how I solved my issue. Homeowners Association.
Really want those fresh eggs and bring it to.
I did. Absolutely. I'm all about protein. A+.
What do you guys think?
Lunchtime?
Are we okay? Live with it till we revise it one more time there in the next round.
Yeah. We'll think, what were we thinking?
That's very close to lunchtime.
Okay. Joe?
I was actually going to do, is there anything we could start taking over now? Or do you want to pause it? We're going to be heading outside anyway, since you got to take everything, you took all the stuff back over to
It's all strapped in the same deal. So, thank you for asking.
Lunch it up.
Huh?
Big lunch. Manje.
Kathy wants Greek.
Huh? fine going back.
Which I think she means the coffee house.
Yeah. I've never, we had
there once.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, let's bring it up. That's all.
I mean, be ready for the
It
garlic.
was a lot of food.
Be ready for the garlic. That's all I heard.
What was it, Daddy garlic?
Yeah, it was big on garlic. Not great with it, but you know, we're setting requirements required.
Well, sure, we'd be fine.
Plus, I didn't get, I didn't support